Alright, so this is my fourth field work video for my field work on October 26th. Today I colored with the children. It was lit. Since it was right before Halloween, there were like a lot of pumpkins, a lot of really cool like trick-or-treater type things. So I colored a pumpkin. It was fantastic. It was great. A lot of orange. Anyway, so a little bit more on race, kind of continuing the discussion then of my last video. So along with like, the pumpkins and like the witches and stuff like that we could have colored, one of the coloring pages had like a bunch of trick-or-treaters and stuff like that, and it just like, a bunch of kids in costume and stuff like that you could color. And all of the kids who were coloring people, like actual people, not like witches or different things like that, they wanted to color their people peach. That's what they called it. And I'm not exactly sure if this is because like the other mentor who was also with us was coloring her people peach, or if it was like more of like a racial projection of what people should look like, because as I mentioned in my last video, it's a very diverse group of kids. There are, honestly, I think there are like white students are the minority in that, like, there are only a few white students in a comparison to African American, Native American, all of these different mix of kids. And it was really interesting to me that like all of them wanted to call, and they called it peach, like they didn't, and it was like this like kind of like pinkish marker. And it was interesting to me that they called it peach as opposed to white, but that they all wanted to use that marker to color their people. Something else that I also noticed was that, so I think I've mentioned this before, but the way that, like, the morning session is set up is that there are, like, different stations that you could, play at. So I usually, like, bounce back and forth between the Lego station and the coloring station because I like those. So, and just to, like, so I'm interacting with different kids and, like, keeping it, exciting, I guess. So I was at the coloring station, but, there are, like, 3 different other stations that you could be at. So, like, the Lego station and, like, block station and, like, these magnetic type of connector block things that you could do. So, like, there were, like, Jenga blocks, and then there was, like, a connector blocky type thing. And something that I noticed was that, the, like, African American kids were more, I guess you could say, disciplined by the mentors for being, like, loud or rowdy. Like, they would, like, for example, there were these 2 little boys who were African American, and they were, and see, I can't, because when she yelled at them, I was like, that's such a weird, obscure thing. They were playing with wooden blocks, and one of them was, like, crouching on the chair and kind of, like, leaning over the table, and they were, like, nothing bad was happening. They weren't, like, fighting or anything. They were just, existing and talking really loud, and the other girl mentor was, like, not necessarily yelled at them, but, out of all the other kids who were running around and, like, being just as rowdy as they were, she singled them out to be like, hey, no, you can't be on the chair like that. You have to sit in it properly. Don't lean across the table. Like, you have to share. You have to, and she was getting on them a lot, and I'm not her. I don't know if, like, she was racial stereotyping, or if she was, kind of doing that, what we were looking at with the the school to prison pipeline nexus thing, if she was, like, you know, doing that discrepancy where, like, black kids are, you know, yelled at more for, like, very arbitrary things. I don't know if she was describing that. I don't know her, and I don't know her motivations, but it was just something that I noticed, and something that I was like, dude, like, we have 20 other kids and they're running around, and, you know, those kids, like, not arguing at all are the least of your problems. So something that just kind of stuck out to me. So that's it for this video. I will return for I think social class is the next video, so get hype about that.